Friends, here our concept is for loop syntaxes. See, there are different types of syntaxes are there for your for loop, or we can use for loop in different ways. Let me go with one by one. The very first one is basic for loop, and this is the syntax for your basic for loop. And here if you observe, there is a variable. This is nothing but simply variable name. You can take any valid variable name here, and here you have to provide some list of values as we have seen in our introduction video. And between do and done, you have to write some number of lines, whatever the lines you want to repeat for n number of times. And this block between do and done, whatever the lines are there, that is called simply for block. Now based on these values, this block will repeat n number of times. Suppose in the list of values you have 2 values, then this block will repeat 2 times. Let me show you that with a simple example. Suppose I am writing a simple shell script. Let me take basic for loop.sh. Let me write the very first line as shebang line bin bash, and here let me start with your loop. For each value I can take any name based on my requirement. Each value I am taking in, I am providing suppose 1, 2, 3 values, then do and done. First complete your syntax, otherwise you will get some syntax errors. Between this you can write any logic whatever you want to repeat for 3 times. Why 3 times? Because you mentioned here 3 values. Now let me write simply echo this is a loop. That means that line will repeat 3 times because you have 3 values in your list of values place in your for loop syntax. So in this place we have 3 values. See that these 3 values. Now basically whenever if you run your shell script, your for loop will repeat this block for block these many times, and while executing at very first time, automatically the value 1 will store into each value, and in case if you need this each value inside of your for block, you can use it. If you use, that value will be 1 automatically, and for loop will repeat automatically second time also. While executing second time, your each value will become 2. Now as of now I am not using this each value inside of my for block. If you have a requirement you can use it, otherwise simply you can skip it. Now see that I am running our code. Let me provide, already we provide execution permissions. Now see the result. You are getting this is a loop, this is a loop 3 times. But I want to print values, whatever the values are automatically coming into your each value variable, I want to print that also. Yes, you can print it simply inside of your for loop. Just use echo for this iteration. See, whenever if your code is executing first time, that is first iteration, second time, second iteration. So for this iteration, each value is, it is there in your each value variable. That's it. Now let me save it and run it. See your code once. I am running. That's it. These 2 lines are repeating 3 times, but while executing at very first time or for first iteration, automatically this each value is 1. In case if you use that each value inside of your logic, then that value is 1. While executing second time or for second iteration, automatically each value is 2. And here you don't need to take any sequence of numbers. Randomly you can provide your numbers like 3, 2, 4, 100, 200, 1, 2, something like that. That is your wish. And not only values, you can also provide some file names. And instead of providing file names directly, you can write some command such that that command output you can provide in place of list of values for your for loop. I mean, suppose if I run ls command in the current location, you are getting some list of files. This list of files I want to take one by one by using for loop. Then see how I can implement that. Vi, let me open your shell script. I am commenting this line. Not only numbers, you can also provide some alphabets. Now I am writing for each file. Now I am taking file means I am taking command output, ls command output. In ls command output you are getting files. Just for our understanding, for our clarity purpose, I am selecting variable name as each file. That's it. In ls. See, if I directly place a command in your for loop syntax, it will take as a value only. Now as of now this is like a value. Ls is one value. That's why if I run my shell script, It will run only one time, and that too at that time it will take value as ls. See the result? Sorry, we are using their variable name as each file, but we are trying to print each value. Let me modify this variable name, each file. Now see the output. What you are getting? You are getting simply ls. But my intention is ls output I want to take. ls output I want to substitute in place of this. In place of this ls. We know how to store the command output into a variable using $ls. Same syntax you have to use even in your loop also. Instead of writing ls, if I write $ls, then the command output will be substituted here. That means these files are substituting in your for loop, so that your for loop will repeat this many number of times. How many files here we are having, that many number of times it will repeat. 60 times it will repeat. Now see, first let me show you your code, and I am running. See the result? That's it. 60 times it has been repeated. But while repeating each and every time, automatically it is picking different file name. That's it. So guys, this is just a basic introduction, basic syntaxes explanation for your for loop. We'll have a practice session. In that we'll do some practice with your for loops. The next syntax is C language type for loop. Let me give the syntax for that. This is the syntax for your for loop for C language type for loop. If you observe here, for 2 parentheses ending with 2 parentheses, then very first value is initialization, semicolon, condition, semicolon, increment or decrement, and between do and done you are writing our for block. So you can write here any number of commands or lines or statements or logics. Then how this for loop will execute, how it will work? See, in your previous basic for loop, the lines which are there between do and done or the for block will execute n number of times. That n number of times based on how many values you are having in place of list of values. But here, let me explain with that with a simple example. Suppose I am writing C type for loop .sh bin bash for 2 parentheses. I am defining C. The very first one is initialization. You have to initialize some variable. Let me initialize count. You can take any variable. I am initializing count variable equals to 1. Then semicolon. Then condition. I am writing condition as count less than or equals to 10. Then I am increasing count value by plus plus. So first let me write a syntax so that you can understand. Now between do and done or for block, I am writing only one line. This is C type for loop. Then how it will execute? Very simple. Whenever if you run your for loop, whenever if you run your shell script, anyway you don't have any other lines other than for loop. So it will start with for loop, and this for loop first take this variable. It will look into initialization place. So there C and T count variable is there, and that value is assigned with 1. With that 1, it will compare this condition. So count is 1. 1 less than or equals 10? Yes, true. If it is true, then your for loop will execute the lines which are there between do and done once. After executing the lines which are there between do and done, immediately your for loop will increase your count variable value. We are doing plus plus means whatever the previous value is there for count, just increase by 1. Now previously it is 1. Now we are increasing to 2. Then with that 2, again this condition will check. Be clear, this initialization will be taken by your for loop only once, that too at very first. After that it will skip that part. Now while executing second time, before executing second time, it will increase your count value. Previously it was 1, now it will become 2. Now 2 less than or equals to 10? Yes, true. If it is true, your for loop again will execute the code which is there between do and done. So second time is over. Then it will go for third time. Before going to execute third time, again it will increase your count variable value. Previously it was 2. Now it will become 3. 3 less than or equals to 10. Likewise, if count less than or equals to 10, 3 less than or equals to 10, it will execute once again this logic. Likewise, it will increase this value, it will check this condition. Until this condition is true, this for loop will rerun this block. That's it. Now let me provide the execution permissions for that. See your code once, and I am running. 10 times it is repeating. Now instead of displaying echo, this is C type of for loop, I want to display numbers from 1 to 10 by using for loop. Of course, no need to use for loop. You have a sequence command. You can use 1 to suppose 20 or 10 by using this sequence command also. But this output I want to get using for loop. It is possible with your simple for loop, C type of for loop. Let me modify. Initially I am taking count equals to 1 because I want to print from 1. Then I will check condition up to 20. Then instead of printing echo, this is C type of for loop, I will remove entire thing and simply I will display $count. Now let me save it. See your code and run it. You are getting 1 to 10, 20, 20 because condition is up to 20. Once your count value is greater than 20, then this condition will become fail, then your for loop will stop. And one more thing, before your for loop, if you have any lines, those lines will execute. And after your for loop, if you have any lines, after completion of your for loop, that line also will execute. So you should be clear with that. Let me write some lines. So I am writing here clear command and echo, we are working with loops. So before starting your for loop, there is a one echo command, and after completion of for loop, I can write some other logic also. Here I am writing, we completed for loop. After completion of your for loop, this line will execute because they are in sequence. This is first line, this is second line. You have to assume this entire thing as third line. After completion of third line, automatically fourth line code will execute. That's it. Now let me save it. See your code and run it. See the output. First we are clearing because clear command is there. That output, it clear the screen. Then we are working with loops. Then using your for loop, you are getting this output. After completion of your for loop in your code, you have last echo command. That output you are getting here. That's it. Fine. Now the last syntax is infinity for loop. Without defining any values, initialization, condition, increment and decrement, if you run your for loop, it will repeat, it will execute for infinite number of times. Let me write vi infinity loop, infinity for loop.sh. I am writing bin bash. Before starting your for loop, just I am writing echo. This is a for loop. Then let me write for simply parenthesis, semicolon, semicolon, parenthesis. Do done. For our understanding purpose, what I am doing is echo, this is infinity loop, and after that I am writing some sleep command, sleep for 1 second. That means your for loop will execute first this line. After that it will execute second command sleep 1. We know sleep 1 means it will wait for 1 second, then we will go for next iteration. Let me save it. See your code. Now I am running. See the output. Yeah, I need to provide execution permissions. Now I am running our code. See that this is infinity loop. We are getting infinite number of times. Now it will execute. If you want to stop, you have to use Ctrl C on your keyboard. But logically you can stop that. As of now, don't worry about that, but I am writing a condition. Whenever if you get a chance, I mean while working with the scripts, there I will discuss in detail about this. But as of now, simply I am writing some condition. Before starting your loop, I am defining any count. Then inside of your loop, just I am incrementing your count variable. Then after sleep, I am writing one if condition. If test condition. If count is equals to 10, then I'm using break key. Now let me save it and I'm running. Before that, just see your code. What happened? Count equals to 10. Oh, I have written if. Sorry, you have to end with fi, not with if, right? So it's my bad. Yeah, you can also observe, see that if I don't end with properly, it is showing something like error. I have to observe that. Yes. Now clear my screen. Now see your code. Now run it. Because of this first echo, you are getting this one. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is stopping. So whenever your count equals to 10, I am using break. Break means actually it is a loop control statement. Whenever this line is executing, simply your for loop will stop. Even though if you have remaining iterations, but whenever break is executing, then your for loop will terminate. And after for loop you have any lines, that lines will execute. Let me write some line after your for loop. Echo out of loop. Only it will stop for loop, not your entire shell script. You have to clear with that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done. Out of loop you are getting. This line you are getting. But actually it will repeat infinite number of times, but I am controlling that. After 10 times of iterations, after 10 iterations, intentionally I am stopping my for loop. So using break. So break is a loop control statement. We'll discuss in detail about loop control statements. So guys, as of now, just to do practice with syntaxes. In next session, we will do some real-time practice. Thank you.